lot of actors have done that. I'd heard that was sort of a tradition, so that you don't have to think about the limp. You put a little stone in your shoe and you'll limp, and then you can, because you have enough to worry about. In fact, one night toward the end of the run, I remember there was sort of a line. It was a very funny line flub, which I won't bore you with now unless you really want to hear it. But I kind of messed up a line. I inverted something, which made no sense at all. Well, okay, I'll tell you, because you're all English and you understand Shakespeare.
Oh,
I wouldn't tell this on American television. But Richard says, the sun will not be seen today. Why, what is that to me more than to Richmond? For the selfsame heaven that frowns on me looks sadly upon him. And I said, the sun will not be seen today. Why, what is that to me more than to Richmond? For the selfsame heaven that frowns on him looks sadly upon me. And the actor playing Ratcliffe, I think it was, looked at me like, oh, really? And I went, hey, I'm the king. I gave him one of these looks like, I'm the king, what I say goes, and don't give me that look. and then we walked off stage, and he said, that was an interesting line. He said, and by the way, you forgot to limp just now on your exit. Well, I guess it does make sense, because it's very important to know.
Kevin Kline, ladies and gentlemen, wish you lots of success with the movie. And please keep coming back. Kevin Kline, thank you very much. Kevin Kline. Now, my next guests are three sisters from Moss Side in Manchester. They've already got themselves a publishing deal and a recording contract, and all that in the space of just a couple of months. Here's their first primetime television show with us. Will you welcome Cleopatra? Good to see you. Ooh, hi. Sit down, sit down. Good. Lovely to have you here. Now then, got to know names, please.
Venom?
Venom?
Yeah.
Well, that's unusual.
Cleo.
Oh, you're Cleo. That's
Yeah.
Cleopatra. And you?
Yona.
Yona. Yona. It's lovely to see you guys. Who's the baby? Who's the baby?
Yona.
You're all. Are you about? How old are you then?
13.
13. And what's the thing you look forward to most of all?
Performing on stage
Yeah.
is number one, and meeting Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're going to get another one, and you're going to meet Michael Jackson?
I hope so.
Yeah. What about the Jackson family? Because there's another one of you hidden away. There's a 9-year-old, isn't there?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Terry.
Terry. Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry.
Terry.
How you doing, Terry? And is Mum going to call that a day then, do you think? Or is there any more? Perhaps I shouldn't ask that. Four would be enough. But
Yeah, definitely.
And is Terry a singer?
Yeah, Terry can sing. She could blow us away.
What about boyfriends? Because when you become pop stars, I mean, like, they all seem to run off with footballers. Any footballers you've got your eye on?
No.
Well, what about your kind of music? I mean, how old were you when you first started singing?
Well, Yona was 7.
7.
Yeah.
And you?
I was about 9.
And you?
10.
So, and did you, one day, were you just clowning around or chatting or start singing
we
away?
always sing and dance in the house, so
Yeah.
my mum thought that we were that good that she put us on stage, and she entered us into a competition. We do rehearsals at our house in the kitchen, and they usually get video recorded, and our manager handed the video to Mark Morrison, and Mark Morrison handed it on to the MD, the managing director of Warner's, and she thought it was pretty good, and she wanted to meet us straight away, so we had to come down to London, and we ended up being signed on the spot.
Isn't that wonderful? Apparently, I was told that you walked into an office and just started singing. No music? These girls really sing, by the way. Hey, what about a little bit of anything?
Well, we will sing.
We will what?
We will, but we'd like to bring on someone that's just the same as you.
Who's that?
Same as you, our mother.
You want your mum's here?
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to meet your mum.
Yeah.
Where's your mum? This was not planned. Hi, Mum. How nice to meet you. Come and sit down here a minute, Mum. Right. You must be very proud.
Absolutely proud.
And you've got another one tucked away, the 9-year-old. I didn't ask, sort of half-asked if that would be it, or are we going for 5, or is that it?
No, that's
4 is enough.
4 is enough.
The girls, I mean, obviously very talented, and they really can sing. I've heard them sing. And Mum. Well, maybe we should put Mum in the act.
Well, our mum does our backing vocals.
You do backing vocals?
Yes, I do.
Would you sing a little bit of it? I'm spring this. I'm actually spring this on you. And you, I
When I
just...
see those people feeling hungry in the street, I put myself in their shoes, finding safer places to sleep. People
Isn't that great, Cleopatra? And Mum? Right. I want to thank you very much for coming along. I wish you lots of luck. I don't think you're going to need the luck. When you've got talent and voices like that, what are you going to say to me, Cleopatra?
There's a certain song that we really like.
Oh, yeah.
Can I give you a little preview of it?
Yeah, go on.
1, 2, 3. Dick a dum dum, dick a dum dum.
Cleopatra! On your mark, start, one, two, stop. You can do as much as you want, Mum. That's Cleopatra, here with that song. Cleopatra's theme. Cleopatra.
Let me hear you say it. Cleopatra, Cleopatra, coming at ya. Cleopatra, coming at ya. Cleopatra, coming at ya. Cleopatra, coming at ya. Get a pen and paper, write down our names. You will realize our aim is the same. We all had that dream, made it to the top. What we do, we know we're never gonna stop. Oh, hey, our minds will stay the same. We'll be beaten down by fame. We all want to see success, so we're wishing for the best. Hey, we're here. Oh, go through that and fear, and we know we're never gonna go. Cleopatra, hey, we know the way to move, so we're gonna blow the roof from the Cleopatra, camera. Silence here, and we know we're never gonna go. Cleopatra, hey, we know the way to move, so we're gonna blow the roof, gonna blow west. Thank you.
See you after the break. Don't go away. Come back to us.
Coming up after the break, Michael Keaton and Elaine Page.
Now, but over the years on this show, I've had the pleasure of introducing American comedians who went on to become major stars on American TV. People like Letterman, David Letterman, Jay Leno, Gary Shandling. But here's one guy who went on to become a major star in the movies. Just take a little look at this on our show.
I was an escapist, I think. I was much happier sitting at home watching television. I loved the old movies when I was a kid. I've run a lot of gangster movies and Western.
I think we all get affected by it.
Yeah, there was an Audie Murphy movie here just yesterday. You know, there's this Audie Murphy old Western movie, you know, and I used to identify with those guys. I like those guys. I like the cowboys, you know, but I wore glasses as a kid, and I couldn't really identify with the cowboys so much, you know, because you never saw cowboys riding horses going... They never get into a bar fight and go, hold these.
Yes, it's that man himself, Michael Keaton!
You look great. You know, I was looking at you. That's a smart suit. Who makes that? Kevin Klein?
Listen, the Batman movies. Right. Now you did not one, but two very successful and must have put you in the real big money bracket sort of sorry to talk money, but right up there with all the biggies.
You're looking
And-
for a loan, aren't you? You
Not
want
really. Well, if you just happen to have a few bucks lying around. No, I mean, if you'd have told me the time you were going to turn it down, then you could have rang me, and I don't know how I'd have fitted into that outfit. But why? I mean, why would you? I don't think your bank manager wouldn't have been too thrilled. Suddenly you're turning down the sequel, another
Right.
big one.
Right.
Why?
I didn't think it was very good. I
Had
mean,
you read a script? Had
Yeah, I'd read a
You read
script.
that far?
Yeah, I read the script and I thought, well, it started with this. I wasn't really interested in doing a third, and then I started to think about it, and I thought, well, I think this could be a lot of fun, and I was getting more and more enthused, and then they sent me the script, and I said, I don't think this is really very good. And we had a meeting, and they sent me another script, and I said, I'd like to be a little more involved. I've done two, and it wasn't feeling real good anyway. And finally, it got to the point where it just was going to go in one direction, and I thought it should have gone in another, and I just chose not to do it anymore.
Well, I suppose you didn't have to wear that suit again. I mean,
No, I did. Well, I got it at home. If you're ever in the States, swing by.
You have not got it.
I've got two of them.
Two of them?
Yeah.
We could play games. I want to be Batman. You could be Robin. How about that? I mean, that suit, it looks as though, it looks very smooth and muscular. Is it uncomfortable in that?
The first one was extraordinarily uncomfortable. Yeah. Really
Sweaty,
heavy
hot,
and sweaty and hot, and I'm a little claustrophobic anyway.
Yeah.
Second one was not much better.
I wouldn't have thought you had to put makeup on, though. That's one thing you'd have to do. Just the eyes.
Yeah, right here. That's it. Yeah, that's a great part of it. Second one was, not quite as uncomfortable, and the third one had nipples. So, I think I got out just in time. You know what I'm saying, Deb?
Yeah, it's going off in a different direction.
Yeah. That's a nice way of saying we're going in another direction.
Now, you've got this new movie on the go now, which is Desperate Measures.
Right.
And what are you playing that?
I play a sociopathic, psychopathic killer. That's a big leap. I keep killing people.
Well, we've got a little clip here. Perhaps you can explain what's going on here.
Hold it right there. Hands up. Hands up on your knees. On your knees right now.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me, Frank?
On your knees right now. Get on your knees. All right, Frank. Don't shoot me. I'm hit. I'm bleeding, Frank. Step out. Step out. Let me see your hands. All right. Don't shoot me, Frank. Step out.
All right.
Both hands. Both hands. Both hands. Go.
Good stuff.
I'm a bad man, Deb. I'm a bad man.
So what happened there? You threw something
My hair
on
was actually longer before that explosion. It just kind of singed the whole thing.
You threw a cigarette there.
Right.
Yeah. So smoking is dangerous
Yes, it is.
when
Yes,
you're
it is.
around.
That takes place in a hospital. What happens is I'm asked by Andy Garcia, not by him, but by the character he plays, to comply with giving his son a bone marrow transplant, and his son will die if he doesn't get it. Asks if I will do it, and I say under certain circumstances I get some of my privileges back because I'm in a maximum security cell, serving a life term. And he gets them for me. I say, okay, we'll do it. And then when we get to the hospital, I escape, and that was the scene, one of the scenes after I escape, where he's trying to keep me alive, stop me, catch me, and keep me alive so that he can have a transplant done for his son before his son dies. It's a great idea for a movie, and it's actually a quite fun movie.
Well, are you happier doing the heavier stuff?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I'm not necessarily happier doing that than.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Well, are you more liable to pick up an Oscar for a heavy dramatic role than a comedy role? I haven't seen a real strong comedy supporting actor yet, but
Right, always. I mean, it's very rare that you'll see a guy winning. I don't know if ever there's been an actor who's won an Oscar for just a straight-ahead comedy, because I don't think it's really appreciated how difficult it is to do it really well. The guys and the women and men who do it really, really well are rare and also more skilled than most people realize, I think.
What I wanted to ask you, London, I mean, it's been, what, 20 years? Do you realise that? Since you were
Really?
Yeah. I mean, have you been back?
Well, we shot Batman here.
Really? I didn't know.
Out at Pinewood.
Oh, that's
Studios.
near where I live.
Really?
I could have popped in
You
and
could have stopped
tried
over.
the suits on, like you're saying.
It would have been good, and you didn't.
Well, I don't want you to leave it 20 years
No, I'd
till
love to
next
come back.
time. And good luck with the movie, and lovely to see you. Michael
sir.
Keaton.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Michael Keaton. Now then, my next guest has recently returned from her sensational success on Broadway and Sunset Boulevard. She is without doubt the First Lady of the British Musical Theatre. It's Elaine Paige. If you could sit down in
I was going
that.
to say, that's the problem, can I?
It's a long walk in one of those as well, isn't it?
Well, it's tight.
A lot happened since you and I had a chat 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago. You've got an OBE.
I did too,
What happens to you on an occasion? What do they give you? I mean, what do you get? You don't get? I know you get a sticky bun and a cup of tea, but what else do you
No,
get?
you don't get a sticky bun and a cup of tea,
Oh,
darling.
I thought you would.
You stand, first of all, in a sort of a rather large drawing room, and...
Is there more than
there's-
just you?
Yes,
The
yes,
queue?
everybody who have been given the OBEs or the CDs or the NITers, you're all sort of allotted a certain place to stand, you see. And so there I was in this sort of roped-off area with one bar, the fire.
Oh, it's cold, isn't it?
Freezing. Electric fire, just one bar on. So they're quite thrifty there.
Yeah. Since we last chatted to you, you've achieved, as I say, your greatest ambition, I think. You told me once over a cup of tea, never mind about here, you said, I've just got to get to Broadway. I've got to do it. I've got to get on that stage and star in that musical. Now, you've done that many times over here. So what was it like when you walked on Broadway, star of Sunset Boulevard? Was the dream?
Yes.
Was it?
It was extraordinary, actually, because, well, as you know, I've waited sort of 20 years to get there. You know, I didn't get there with Evita or Cats or Chess. So 20 years on, here I am on the Broadway stage, except that I thought, well, I'm not going to believe it until my feet are firmly planted.
Let me talk to you about something which probably sticks in the throat a little bit, Evita. I mean, you starred here in it, and you were wonderful in it, and it was you. It was your part, Evita. And then they stopped you going to Broadway because of they wanted American artists in the show.
Right.
And then the movie comes along, and you don't get that. Now, what did you feel?
Well, it's a bit like the Julie Andrews scenario, isn't it? With,
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. I mean, I'm a theatre artist. That's really what I'm about. That's what I do.
But you could have done that on screen, couldn't you?
Well, probably, but they didn't ask me. So, if you don't get asked, you can't do it.
Well, you heard.
Probably what I should have done was written a letter, That obviously seems to be the way to get it. No. I think really, as I say, it's some time ago. It's 20 years ago. Can you believe it?
When you first...
Yeah, 20 years ago this June.
But the movie was only, fairly recently.
Oh, yes. I mean, that was while I was on Broadway, in fact. In fact, I haven't seen it,
You've not seen the movie?
No.
And you're not going to go?
Well, I can't get to see it anywhere. I guess I have to wait and see it on video or something.
Reading, notes about you, it said that when you were about 14, you did, I think it was a play, a school play on Mozart as a boy.
Yes, it was called The Boy Mozart.
Yeah, sounds like a football manager talking about it. It's the boy Mozart, he done well. No, you did this play called The Boy Mozart, and you said that you were totally engrossed and lost in the magic of the theatre, and that real life never quite lived up to it. Do you still feel the same today?
Yes, in some respects. I mean, I think that was the first time that I realised what I wanted to do with my life, that I wanted to be involved in theatre and acting. And, Yes, I think certainly anyway in theatre, I mean in terms of musicals or drama, when one's playing a character, you can really immerse yourself in that and get lost in it and become somebody else. And I rather like that. I don't know that I like this, being me. And
Why not?
I don't know. I'm just not very comfortable about it. I'm not very, I don't know, secure, I suppose. So, but I feel happier if I'm...
With all your success, you're still not secure.
No. No.
When you were, I don't know how long ago this is, but I hear that you appeared in the musical Hair. Is that right?
God, dear me, we are reminiscing this
Well,
evening.
did you take all your clothes off? They had to in those days.
Oh, I did.
Hello.
Shock horror. I was the last one in the company to do it. It was a voluntary thing, You didn't have to do this.
Well, yes, you did.
No, you didn't. They
No,
said,
I'm told you did.
No. They always said if you want to do it, obviously somebody had
Well,
to
you
do
looked
it.
up, the only one with clothes on, weren't you?
No, because we were all laying under this sort of rather large...
We were laying
not
under...
a tarpaulin, exactly.
Under-
This sort of blanket effort thing with Velcro strips in.
With
And,
nothing on, under a blanket?
No, clothes.
Well, you were singing, getting to know
Somebody
you.
else was singing. Somebody else was singing, sitting on a table, facing front, so he used to try and, have a quick nifty around and see who was taking their clothes off. But I've got a story about this, actually. I don't know if I should tell it really.
Go on, tell
Well,
it.
anyway, so there I am. I'm the last one in the company, and I haven't
Removed your apparel.
removed my clothing. No, it's too terrifying. So there was a chap in it called Gary Hamilton. He was about 6'4" and sweet guy, and he said to me, "Look, I tell you what, we'll stand right at the back." He said, "When the moment comes," he said, "we'll stand up together." And he said, "I'll hold your hand for moral support." So I said, "Okay, great, all right, I'll do it. Tonight will be the night. I will do it." And so, under the blanket comes the moment, taking all the clothes off, comes the moment, pull open the strip, stand up, and I put my hand out like that, only I wasn't holding his hand. He had a good sense of humour about it. Yes, exactly.
Well, that's a wonderful story.
Oh, those are the days.
You did say, though, that, again, I'm throwing quotes at you, and sometimes they're not always true. You said that Hair, the musical, was your kind of university for you. You're growing up. Is that right?
Yes, I think that's true, yes. I mean, we were all, these young people of sort of 18, 19 years old and thrust together in this show that was so innovative, and new, and we felt that we were going to change the world, and be no more war and peace and love, man, yeah, and grow our own vegetables and all that stuff, I mean, we were young and we thought that it was all going to be, we were really going to change things, and...
Is this the time of your commune days, when you lived in a commune,
absolutely.
you were a hippie?
Well, a rather posh commune in Hampstead, and we had this fantastic penthouse apartment. I mean, in Hampstead.
Commune?
Honestly, yes, of course. We were all the guys and
How
girls
many in the
together,
house?
and we used to have, weekly meetings about who was going to buy the vegetables and who was going to do the cooking that week, and all that kind of thing. It was all, taken very seriously, except that it was rather palatial. And we had this most marvellous view of all over London from our penthouse apartment, which was rather like a spaceship. I mean,
I think everybody joined a commune if it was going to be that easy. Right, you're going to sing for us now. And this is a lovely old standard called Cry Me a River.
That's it, yeah.
Get on your mark, start crying. Elaine Payne!
Oh,
Elaine Payne! Cry Me a River.
me out of my head. While you never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. Told me love was true, let me on. Told me it was true, let me love. You say you love me. Just from the future, come on and cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river. I cried a river.
Lane Page. Beautiful, Lane. Beautiful. Lane Page.
Des O'Connor's next show is in 2 weeks' time. Football next Wednesday featuring Manchester United.
Now, here are tonight's national lottery numbers. They are 21, 9, 36, 48, 27 and 42. And the bonus number is 13. Those winning numbers again, 21, 9, 36, 48, 27 and 42. And the bonus number, 13.
Danger. Violence.
It's a puppy.
Sex. Magic. And stars. The best bits of Brian Conley.
He's a comic genius, that lad.
The sexy, magic, violent, dangerous, star-studded best of Brian Conley, Saturday at 8 on ITV.
Slithering their way to you next, the 10 deadliest snakes in the world. Take cover.